Hello,
Alan Tudyk here.
Hello.
He needs no introduction, but I'll just tell you in case someone is very distracted and doesn't know that Alan is now starring on Resident Alien on Sci-Fi. You've watched the second season here in Portugal, but of course you know him as well from Firefly and Serenity, and from like a million voice performances and amazing voice performances.
Thank you.
Alan, I think you are here in Portugal for a day now, right?
Yes.
And how has it been? Have you had the opportunity to, I don't know, visit something?
Yes, my wife and I went to shopping and got some stuff for Christmas and ate at a couple of places around town.
Good food?
Great food.
Of course.
Really good food. I'm allergic to most everything, food-wise, and there's some great restaurants that have gluten-free and all of that stuff. And yeah, we missed the rain, that crazy rain.
Yes, it's good now.
Yeah.
It's going to be good, I think, for the rest of the day, right?
Yeah, I think.
Yeah. And so you are, of course, here promoting Resident Alien.
Yes.
The series has already a third season confirmed.
Right.
When you got on board, did you expect it to go as well as it's going? And what can you tell us about the third season, if anything?
Right. You never know in television how well a thing's going to go, because it doesn't seem to necessarily matter if it's a good show. They can end it for other reasons. So we were hopeful it would go, and very happy that it's going to be a third season. There's still more stories to tell, and what I can say about season 3 is, so season 2 ends with, there's so much going on. Harry, my character, the alien, has decided not to go back to his home planet, even though he knows the Greys are going to take over the Earth. He's decided to stay on the Earth, and he's going to fight. What does that mean? Like, is there going to be a war? He's teaming up with the government, with them, to fight. So that's going to be happening. The mayor, we saw him up on a spaceship. He's got a baby that got ripped out of his wife's belly. There's so many things happening. Like, the Greys are dangerous, scary, creepy aliens. And so season 3 is going to start just a few weeks after that final episode that we saw in season 2.
And it didn't start shooting already,
We start in
right?
a month.
Okay,
Yeah.
so beginning of the year.
Yes.
And talking about the first season and second season, do you have a favorite moment?
Oh, there's a few. There's so many. Last season, I really liked when we went to New York. It was a lot of fun. We had an episode going to New York, and my character takes acid accidentally, takes drugs. That was fun. In season 1, I really liked when a wife showed up all of a sudden. I thought that was such a clever, funny, because it was just like episode 3 or 4 that the woman shows up in his house and he doesn't know who she is, and that's his wife, of the guys whose body he took over, or his identity that he stole. So that was fun. And then also in season 2, at the end, when I'm reunited, I'm finally very happy to be with my baby alien when I'm throwing him up. And I threw him into the ceiling, into the light. Oh, that was so much fun to do, and I think it was funny. Yeah, it came out.
And of course, Harry is always in prosthetic, so
Right.
You've talked a little bit about that in the panel as well, but let's pick up on that again. How was it to shoot, and especially during the pandemic, with all of those prosthetics? I'm sure with all the restrictions, putting that on must have been tough.
It was tricky. We lost. At one point, we had 2 people in our hair department that could work, and the rest of them were gone. And it takes 2 hours to put that stuff on. So that I come in to work early, and I 1 hour I'm awake for it, and then the second hour they put everything on, and part of it is it's a new mask every time, and part of it is unpainted, and they have to paint it. And during that hour, I'm asleep, because they just need me back and they paint me while I'm asleep. But there's three people in your face the entire time, and they all got COVID. Like at lunch, they were like, "Oh, everybody who you were just with this morning just tested positive for the first time."
Okay.
So I had to go home, and I never tested positive, so I was fine.
So you must have a great immunity for COVID.
Yeah, at that time, I did. I hope I have it still. I don't know. It keeps changing. So.
And how would you describe your preparation for the role because of the moves, the speech?
The movement and the speech were the way in. You know, you find different ways in on different roles, and because he is learning how to walk and talk, and it's so it's such a strong character trait. Those were the first things that I latched onto, because he's learning how to use two arms, because he has four. And he's usually very tall, and his balance is different. So walking is like a machine almost, and talking is also like a machine. That he's making his mouth make the words, and he still does that even in season 2, where he gets a new word. You'll see that he's trying to say the thing, like he's like tasting it in his mouth.
For this question, I'm gonna try to figure out if we have Firefly and Serenity fans over here. Do we have fans? Yeah, make some noise for Alan.
They'll be in the front. They're definitely in the front.
Yes, of course.
Definitely.
You have a lot of fan base because of Firefly and Serenity.
Right.
Still, right? Do people still approach you about the series and the film? And looking back, what would you say are the memories you keep the most from those experiences?
Yeah, you know, it was kind of, I guess I think back now to like the social events of, we always would go over to Nathan's house. Nathan always had us over to his house. Like, he'd just invite everybody over, and we were always going over to his house. He's one of those people that will throw a party without actually having any, like, he doesn't prep for a party. He doesn't like lay out a lot of food for the party. He just says, "Why doesn't everybody come over?" And then everybody just comes over, and you sort of throw it together as it's going. And we did it all the time. So I think about just sort of hanging out and getting to know everybody, because we're still all in touch, and I still see Nathan a lot. So that's what I think about.
And the fans still approach you a lot because of that? Or has it
Yes,
turned?
I feel like it's less so now. I don't know, but maybe because it's just been 20 years.
And what would
Right?
you say
Has it been 20 years?
is the character
20 years?
you are most approached about right now?
A lot of people I meet are alien people. They're like, "You're an alien." And so I'm hearing that when people say stuff, it's like that. Last night at a restaurant here, the waiter, I had a mask on when I came in, and I sat down, and he came back over, and he was like, "Which water were you drinking?" Because we had sparkling, and we had still, and which one was it? And I was like, took it on my, I'm sort of mixing and matching, and he stood back and walked away and said, "Alien." Alien. It was great.
Okay.
And you need to talk about the voice performers.
Yes, of course. You have amazing voice performances from Disney to iRobot, American Dad. I mean, we could be here all day. And you did some of them in the panel.
Yeah.
Right.
Can you choose the voice performance you most enjoyed so far?
It's easy for me. It was King Candy from Wreck-It Ralph, because it was my first introduction to Disney, and it was how I started my relationship with them. And he was a big character in the movie, and he was very fun, and he seemed like such a nice guy. And he turned out to be not at all nice. He turned into an insect. There was one scene where you voiced it first before they animated. So some of it, the way that they hide their scripts and they keep things from you, and then the script is always changing because they're undergoing an editing process while they're going. They're like, "We need a scene that's like this." So you're doing different scenes. So I had voiced this scene that I didn't realize what the action was until I saw it was me trying to beat a little girl with a car antenna. It was so insane. I was like, this guy's gotten evil. Because it changed a lot, and he got evil. Trying to beat, she's just a sweet little girl with candy stuck in her hair, and he was trying to kill her. It was fun.
Yeah, but Wreck-It Ralph is great.
Yeah, that's my favorite.
Yeah, but while working in voice performances, I mean, it must be a very different process from live action.
Oh, yeah.
But is it harder, one or the other? Do you prefer one or the other?
I prefer on camera more because you travel a lot of times and you work with others. A lot of times you work by yourself in voice. So you're working with other actors and you get to meet people. And there's an experience there that you have that you carry with you. And, you know, whether it's relationships or just traveling or just the experience of doing those scenes. Whereas when you're in a booth, the experience is pretty much the same every time, it doesn't matter which show you're doing. It's a headphone and it's a microphone and you're just working on those few lines or whatever those lines are, sometimes a lot of lines, but over and over again. And then you're done and you never think of them again.
But the truth is, it shows your range as an actor as much as a live action performance, right?
It's neat to see. It's really cool to see them when they come out because there can be such a long distance between the time that you record them to when you see them that, like Harley Quinn, we shot the season. I watched the season. Some of it I like watching because I'm like, I don't remember what happened. Like, oh yeah, this is good. This will be a fun scene. This is a good scene. And then when it finished, the season finished, I was like, God, I really feel like there was an episode where I did this thing. It wasn't in there. And now the Valentine special is coming out. I'm like, oh, that's where that is. That's what that's from. Where I do this big thing. It's going to be fun. It's crazy. It's a crazy episode.
And talk about Comic Con Portugal. What's the best part about participating in Comic Con and?
Well, this con is very cool. This is interesting. I've never done this, and I've been to a lot of cons. This sort of fish tank situation.
Okay.
Sort of atrium. I don't know what we're at.
It's called the live stage.
Live stage.
Yeah.
It's like a zoo. This is sort of like
Yeah, but
we're
it's
sort of
fun.
the snake cages
If
at the
people
zoo.
didn't have the opportunity to watch you in the other panel there.
I like it. It's like it's the reptile cage at the zoo.
Are you enjoying, guys, this live stage? Yeah.
I want more in my habitat. I need a rope swing. I need some things to keep me, entertained. But also the red carpet thing, that's new. I've never seen that before. That's a cool thing.
Okay, so Comic Con Portugal has unique stuff.
Yeah, really. This is some imaginative stuff you guys have here.
And was there any question that surprised you in the panel, or was it, what you usually get?
I got a question earlier. It wasn't in the panel, it was in a press room. What is your favorite thing about, what is the thing you like the most? I think about Resident Alien, making Resident Alien, and what is your least favorite thing? I think it was, or what do you think works the best of Resident Alien, and what do you think doesn't work?
And what did you answer? What did you answer?
Well, I answered, I don't think it works, the episode orders, because they're weird. Our first season was 10. And they said, okay, great. Let's now do 16. And they told us late. And so we did 16 last season. It was so many. And then this year they went, great, do 8. What? Okay, we'll do 8.
That's confusing.
It seems flawed. Okay. There's a flaw there. It seems like there should be some consistency. I'm hoping for a season 4 of 12 just to make it different yet again and to strike a balance between 16 and 8. Okay. That's my hope.
And in this morning we talk about crazy moments with fans, like
at cons. At cons, yeah.
Tattoos.
What do you remember
tattoos.
the most from these moments in conventions?
I had a girl one time. She wasn't a fan of me. It was just I was at the convention. I got to a convention, and there was a knock at my door. It was early in the morning, and it was like this knock that was demanding.
Oh, okay.
And I opened the door, and this girl came in. She didn't even look at me. She had her head down. She was hungover. And she goes, "My key isn't working."
Oh, it wasn't in a room.
And pushed past me without looking at me and sat down on the couch. And I was still like, "What? I'm sorry." And then she looks up, looks around the room, looks at me, goes, "Oh, I'm in the wrong room. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry." It was very strange. It was very funny. I was going to put it in my show, Con Man. I would just like instead make her pass out, so that everybody who came over to his room was like, "What do you got this? Whose girl is? Who is this? How old is she?" She's like 17.
Oh.
But she got up and left, so it was okay.
So it was all right.
It was okay.
But you seem to be very comfortable at these types of events. You seem to be happy to be here. Sometimes people do it just because they have to do it. But you seem to be genuinely enjoying it, right?
Yeah, I've missed cons. We haven't because of the pandemic. I haven't gone, and I used to go to 2 or 3 at least a year, and it's weird. It's weird not to go. I like them. I like cons. I like all the little things that everybody likes who comes here. So it's, I'd be coming to them if I wasn't in them. So.
And what do you think about the cosplayers over there? I don't know if you could. Yes.
Oh yeah. Whatever sound they make. Those things scared the crap out of me as a kid.
Oh, there's a Baymax over there. Is
Ah,
it?
yeah.
Oh wow.
Hi, Baymax. Is it surprising to you to come to a country as small as Portugal and find all of these pop culture fans so dedicated, doing cosplay, knowing so much about you?
Yeah, I guess I hadn't thought about it like that. Yeah, I mean it is. It's very cool. Baymax, that's great. Disney's everywhere. Disney's tentacles are wrapped around the globe, but Disney is Star Wars now, so it's all that isn't surprising. But that people know me, I guess that is kind of odd.
Is there a Disney project you would like to be in? I mean, if you had a wish list. And tell those Disney bosses.
I should know that answer. I should think about that. Like, what is
I mean, Disney is everything. So I'm not just referring to Disney. You have a lot of other.
Yeah, like we're doing a new Peter Pan. Like we should do a new Bedknobs and Broomsticks or whatever.
I
Like some
love
old.
that.
I don't know. I've never seen it.
Oh, come on.
I never saw it.
Oh, it's so good.
Because I didn't like the animation with the live action. They're like.
Are you going to tell me you don't like Mary Poppins?
Oh no, I did like that.
Oh, okay.
Was there animation in that?
Yes, of course. The penguins.
The penguins. That's right. That's right.
We're getting sidetracked here,
Yeah,
guys.
sorry.
Let us go back to
I don't have anything. I don't have anything. Oh, I'd like to be in She-Hulk, just because
Oh.
I love She-Hulk, and I think Tatiana
Tatiana
Maslany
Maslany,
is
amazing.
so good. Ever since she did Orphan Black, though.
Yeah, she's great.
She's a very good character actress, and it was a fun, silly comedy. But it was a neat way of doing something. So I'd like to do that. That's Disney.
Okay, so let's go back to Resident Alien
Okay.
and probably wrap this up by asking you if you had to convince someone out there that hasn't seen the show yet and tell them why they should watch it, what would you say?
It's an alien show. It's about an alien who comes down to the Earth, and one of the things that I liked about it in the beginning, he didn't plan on showing up on Earth. So he doesn't know anything about it. So he has to learn as he goes. So he's bad at pretending to be human. And there's a little boy who can see him as an alien. And unlike so many alien movies and TV shows where the little kid and the alien become friends, he is seen by the kid. The kid's freaked out by him, and the alien's thought is, oh, I gotta kill that kid. God, I gotta kill him. He's a problem. And then goes about trying to kill a child for many, many episodes. I love that about it. And he can't kill him. The kid's smarter than he is. He's savvier than he is. So I think if that is a fun idea, then check out the show. There's a lot more to it.
Okay, so I think it's time to wrap up this.
Okay,
Guys,
all right.
thank you so much for being out there.
Thank you so much.
Say bye to Alan.
Goodbye.
I hope you enjoyed this as much as us. Thank you.